It is the Savage Nation. Missing plane, missing president, missing peninsula. Putin gets Crimea. Obama and the EU get a bankrupt Kiev. Tell me who got the better deal. Welcome to the Savage Nation. As you know, yesterday the Crimean people overwhelmingly voted to secede from Ukraine and to join Russia. I have a question for you, the audience of the Savage Nation. Do you support this vote or don't you support this vote, and why? But you have to be clear. You have to be clear in your statements. Obama and the EU say that they will not recognize this vote. What's intriguing to me is that they voted. Now, of course, they voted in Ukraine and they elected a president, but he was toppled by the West. He was toppled by McCain, who should be given an anti-Nobel Peace Prize. He should be given the War Prize. McCain would get the War Prize hands down. Remember, there was a president in Ukraine elected, duly elected. He was overthrown in a coup, steamed up by the United States and by the European Union, who wanted to steal Ukraine for their own needs, whatever they may be. And Putin said, not so fast, buddy. So we got a missing peninsula now in the hands of Russia, and it's a done deal. As we all know it would be. As I said from the beginning, it would have to be. We knew that we wouldn't go to war over it. You know, but you got to ask yourself a question. It's a strange question I'm about to put out there, but I'm a free thinker. I'm not aligned with any particular way of thinking. I'm a free thinker. Here's the way I look at it. We have a very weak president who is very punitive towards his political enemies domestically and very weak and almost non-existent towards his political enemies abroad. Typical Martinet, hysterically mean towards his domestic enemies, because this is what he learned in Chicago. He doesn't know how to get out of ward politics. The man is still fighting battles in the wards of Chicago. Do you understand that? So to him, the American people are simply his enemies in Chicago. Now the man's on the world stage and he doesn't have the first clue about how to handle triple or quadruple electronic chess. He's been used to playing checkers. You beat the opponent with a club. So is that a good or a bad thing internationally? At this point, you know what? It's a good thing. I'm glad he's a weak president. I am actually glad that Obama is a pacifist and incapable of handling international affairs in this case. Look what he did with Libya. He's now unleashed gangs. Warlords are running Libya. Why? By the way, this is an interesting side note. When Gaddafi was being overthrown by Hillary Clinton and the four horsewomen of the apocalypse, he told the West, he warned us, he said, if you get rid of me, you're going to have the equivalent of Somalia here in Libya. Be very careful. We now have a Somalia-like situation emerging where Obama overthrew Gaddafi. And what happened in Egypt? Same business. They arrested Mubarak. What happened was Muslim Brotherhood took over. What happened in Syria? He's trying to topple Assad. For what reason? Assad's a monster, but the others are worse monsters. It's better to do business with the devil you know than the devil you don't know. That's an old adage. It works. It's an old movie called Before the Devil Knows You're Dead. Nothing to do with this, because it's St. Patty's Day, Feast of St. Patrick, sort of a cult. It's a cultural holiday for a cult. And, of course, it's mainly an excuse to get drunk. It has no religious connotations whatsoever anymore. St. Patrick lived between 385 and 461. And today, how many Irish Catholics in America or anywhere else worship St. Patrick? They don't. So it's an excuse to go out and get drunk and throw up on a car fender. And if that's your idea of an exciting St. Patrick's Day, good luck to you, my friends. Go puke on a car fender. Just stay away from my shoes, because I'm wearing my blue suede shoes. Christians also attend church services, and the Lenten restrictions on eating and drinking alcohol are lifted for the day. Oh, I see. So it's a religious reason that they drink, too. Is that it? You know, that's a myth about Irish drinking, by the way. They're very low alcohol consumption in Ireland. You don't know that. There's an old myth, the Irish drinkers. Very, very old myth. Crimea vote. Approve or disapprove. Now, you'll notice why it's no longer on Fox, CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, or Al Jazeera. Do you notice why they dropped what happened in Crimea? Because it makes Obama look weak. It makes him look bad. So